Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, First Community Financial Bank, the community bank where you come first. You're watching Spotlight, and joining me now are Jim Hirsch and Julia Skisic, representing Chicago Sinfonietta. So welcome back to Wentz Hall.
Thank you.
Hey, we're excited to have you because you are Naperville's professional orchestra in residence right here at North Central College's Wentz Hall. That's exciting. So tell us all about that, Jim.
Well, thank you, Jane. It's great to be here. We actually started performing at Wentz Concert Hall in Naperville back in 2011, 12th season. That was our first full season working here. We had performed a couple of concerts before that. And ever since then, we've been doing full 5-concert subscription seasons at this amazing, acoustically perfect environment. And if the viewers haven't been to a concert at Wentz yet, it's a fantastic place to go because the acoustics are great, the sight lines are good, and you get to hear a full symphony orchestra almost as if they're in your living room.
It's wonderful. And you can say that because you play in Chicago as well as Naperville. So you could compare, right?
Yeah, and actually when we play downtown, it's at Symphony Center, which is a very large space, and it's great for us. But I got to tell you, we love playing out here because it connects us so directly to the audience.
It's nice and tight and close, and you feel like they're right there. I know from having sat in the audience, you feel that real connection with the musicians.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Julia, what makes the Chicago Sinfonietta that little bit different? What makes it unusual?
There are many different things about the Sinfonietta that make it completely unique from other orchestras, but I think one of the ones that stick out the most is the programming itself. The programming is innovative and it's exciting. And I think that when you come to a Sinfonietta concert, it's much more of an experience than it is just entertainment. You always are surprised. The type of music you're going to hear is going to be different. You're going to be more engaged. There's always activities, and they tend to come at you in a couple of different ways. So not only are you having an audio experience, you're also seeing amazing things. Oftentimes they're incorporating dance or different types of music and spotlighting things in a different way. So it's a very exciting experience.
So it's not a traditional. When people hear Sinfonietta, they might think traditional symphony orchestra music, but it's more than that.
Well, it really is because it's a combination of traditional repertoire, but then at every concert, you'll almost inevitably hear something that you would never quite believe that a symphony orchestra would do. And Julia mentioned the dance. Last season we did Stravinsky's Firebird Suite with one of the greatest jazz tap dancers alive, a guy by the name of Cartier Williams. And it's just a whole new way of experiencing a piece of traditional classical repertoire.
That's exciting. And you're really incorporating, so it's all different kinds of art together, that's exciting.
I like to say it's fusion. Right?
Nice.
Fusion is really popular with food. I think that what the Sinfonietta does is it fuses a lot of different art elements into their performances. So you are able to experience things much more deeply.
Okay.
And the other thing that we do that's really fun is that we have audience engagement activities that happen before and during and sometimes after. So an example is the concert where we had the tap dancer. We actually had people teaching tap dance to the audience members out in the lobby before the concert. So when you actually got to see Cartier Williams do what he does so amazingly, the people had actually done it themselves. So it's a very direct way of experiencing the music and the art that we present.
Yeah, and probably not have done it quite so well, so I had a much better appreciation for the quality that they were then seeing on stage.
Yes.
Now you have an upcoming concert, so tell us a little bit about that, if you would. What's coming up next?
Well, our season begins in September of this year, and we're opening with a very piano-centric concert. We're going to have a duo called Anderson and Rowe, who do wonderful classical stuff, but they're also going to play an arrangement that they do of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. Oh. And we're also going to be doing Coldplay's Viva la Vida, classical style. So again, as Julia said, it's going to be very fusion-y. The second concert is our Dia de los Muertos concert. What makes that really interesting is that we will be performing 2 pieces to 1920s era animated films. They're very spooky, very Halloweenish, and Julia's going to talk a little bit more about Dia in a few minutes. Our third concert that we do in partnership with Wentz Concert Hall is our annual tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King. And the highlight for this year is we're performing the last movement of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which is the Ode to Joy movement, which is just one of the most beautiful pieces of music ever ever written. Fourth concert is it's called More Than a Letter. It's a LGBTQ themed concert where we're going to see all sorts of interesting music performed by and composed by people of different persuasions. And then our final concert of the year will be a jazz influenced concert with the Marcus Roberts Trio, and they do a fully improvised version of Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue.
Oh, that sounds, I mean, right there's a fusion from start to finish
Yeah.
with that. But now, Julia, tell us about this Halloween event that you're doing.
So Dia de los Muertos is actually a Mexican traditional holiday. It's one of their largest celebrations. And every year, Chicago Sinfonietta has been doing a concert around that theme, because one of the things that they do with the diversity piece is really celebrate a lot of different cultures. So Dia de los Muertos has been doing that. And then the West Suburban Friends, which is the group of the supporters out here that I'm a part of, decided to start doing our yearly fundraiser around that event. And it was a perfect event to do that because it's a celebration. It has costumes, so it's a beautiful, fun event. So in partnership with the concert, we're going to be doing a full dinner, costume contest, silent auctions, and all types of really fun events. We started that last year, and it was a great time.
So lots of fun ways to come out to enjoy a concert and support the Sinfonietta. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
Now, Jim, in the area, you do a lot of work with area students and part of that whole educational outreach piece. Talk a little bit about what you're doing specifically.
Sure. Well, part of our mission is really about creating diversity and inclusion in classical music. So we try to direct a lot of educational activities towards kids from underrepresented communities. So over the summer, we have done a project out in Aurora with, I think, about 1,000 of their high school age students, teaching them about classical music and actually giving them hands-on experience. Here in Naperville, we've done a lot of collaboration with the Wabansie Valley High School Mosaic Choir, who actually will be performing with us in a couple of weeks this summer. But they've also performed with us throughout the years, and actually this June we brought them to Ravinia for a performance, the first time the school had ever been performed at that venue. So we have an ongoing collaboration with them. We work with some of the other 203 and 204 music programs, so we're very plugged in and really try to give back to this community that's been so amazingly supportive of us.
I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. And there are so many terrific groups that are a part of, and it's wonderful that you're sharing and passing along that whole love for classical music, and we really thank you for that. So thank you for stopping by, and if you would like to learn more about the Chicago Sinfonietta or to purchase tickets for their 2016-2017 season and hear some of those wonderful pieces that are being spoken about, please visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned because we're coming right back with more Spotlight.